Your college experience is waiting. It's time to compete, time to learn, time to laugh, and time to unite. It's time to call the highest-ranked dorms in the country home. The choice is yours. The time is now. The school is SVSU. Enroll today.
At SVSU, we know that the college experience is about more than just the classroom. In addition to our 90-plus first-class majors and minors and 97% job placement rate, we also have engaging campus environment that is full of red pride. With over 200 active student organizations, the possibilities are endless, and we are here to help you make the most of it at time at SVSU. Student success is our top priority, and we strive to provide opportunities that encourage your growth. Whether you want to service in the community, gain leadership skills, or connect with peers across campus, we have something for you. When you attend SVSU, you are joining Cardinal Country, and that's a lively community that is here to help you thrive. Our students are passionate, enthusiastic Cardinals who lead and inspire others to soar to new heights. The people you meet and connections you will make will continue to leave a positive impact on your life long after you graduate. Whether you are cheering on your fellow Cardinals on one of our 19 NCAA Division II athletic teams, painting a spirit rock to highlight your favorite club, attending an event thrown by the program board, or volunteering at one of our many community events, there is sure to be something for you on the campus at SVSU. Get involved, try something new, and step outside your comfort zone to embrace all the exciting possibilities that await you during your college experience. To fuel your competitive side, we have hundreds of students participating on club and intramural sports teams, including some at the national level. Looking to relax with a night in and some popcorn? Grab some friends and head over to Valley Nights to enjoy a movie night on the big screen. Have an idea about something you're passionate about and want to share with others? We'll help you build a club and see if your idea comes to life. If you are interested in joining a sorority or fraternity, our Greek Life has 13 active chapters that participate and host many events on campus. When the weather's nice, grab a hammock and enjoy our beautiful campus while students study outside or play frisbee in the courtyard. Grab a volleyball or basketball and challenge your friends down in the hall to a game, with course just a few steps from your dorm. Your campus journey starts with all the festivities during Welcome Week, including Fresh Start Weekend and the Red Pride Picnic. From then on, you'll experience all the traditions that make up our Cardinal legacy. Join the week of fun and celebration during homecoming by cheering on the football team in the student section of the stadium, attending countless events on our campus, or running for homecoming court. During Battle of the Valleys, you can really let your red pride shine. Each year, we will choose a charity in our community and compete to raise money and show how much heart our university has. We fight to bring home the Victoria Trophy during week-long events and fundraisers, all coming together at an electric football game at the end of the week. We are proud to win the Battle of the Valleys nearly every year, and this is one of our most meaningful traditions as Cardinals. The college experience is all about finding ways that you can grow, develop, and flourish. This includes what you learn in your classes, but it also is about what the memories you make, experiences you have, people you connect with, and discoveries you make about everything you are capable of. At SVSU, we rally, we dream, we inspire, and we unleash our greatest potential. And we do it all together as proud Cardinals. On our campus, we don't settle for ordinary. We consistently reach for the extraordinary. We help you embrace your passions and encourage everything that makes you who you are. Your college experience can be whatever you want it to be, and we're here to support you and make those dreams a reality. You are a part of our Cardinal family, and we cannot wait to welcome you home to SVSU.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our virtual Valley visit. Today we're going to be talking all about our lively campus life at SVSU. Please submit any questions that you have into the chat, and we'll be happy to answer them for you the best that we can. My name is Danielle, and today I am joined by Andrew, one of our amazing student experts who knows so much about student life here at SVSU. So Andrew, why don't you take a second to introduce yourself?
Hi everybody, my name's Andrew Gillio. I'm from Emily City, Michigan. I'm a second-year marketing major here at SVSU, and I do work in student life. I'm very involved in student life. It's one of my favorite places on campus for sure.
That's great. So if a student wants to find out what clubs we have or how they can get involved, how would they do that?
We actually have a really great website called SVSU Engage. On Engage, you can find all of our events we have going on that week. You can find all of our clubs that we have on campus. We have like 170 plus. It's really cool because by going on that website, everything's in one central location. So you can go through and find and search things, and there's key search words, so you can look around and find out, like, oh, well, I want to find something oriented toward my major. So you can search, say, marketing, and you can find a marketing association that you can join. Or say you want to make more friends around campus, we have clubs like Cake Club and Pie Club that you can join just to go and hang out with friends.
Yeah, that's definitely something that is super helpful because we have so many clubs and they're all alphabetical, and it's a great way to find out some things that whether you're looking for something you're interested in or you might see something you've never even thought of before. So another way that a lot of our students get to see what kind of clubs we have and different things like that on campus is the cards party. Can you kind of explain what that is?
Yeah, Cards Party is a super fun time. We do it at the beginning of the school year in the fall. We do it out in the President's Courtyard, and we essentially have all these tables lined all the way around the courtyard and through the courtyard. It's a huge event. And we have all of our organizations come out, and they sit at a table, and you get to go around and meet all of the different organizations. A lot of them will have a lot of freebies and info for you to know what they're about. One of my favorite parts about Cards Party is it's a really good place, especially at the beginning of the year, to meet a bunch of new people and find a place for you to belong and fit.
Yeah, it's such a great way to explore all of those different clubs, and there's always a ton of freebies and fun games going on, so it's a great event to get to see what we have on campus. So, Andrew, what are some of the things that you personally are involved on campus here at SVSU?
Well, actually, funny story, my very first cards party this past year, I actually signed up for easily 8 to 10 clubs. I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to join. I just knew I wanted to be involved. After some trial and error and going to some first meetings, realizing it wasn't really a fit for me, I definitely found a home within Valley Nights on campus. It's a super fun organization where we really just have casual meetings. We get to catch up, hang out, talk about a bunch of entertainment things. The fun thing about Valley Nights is we get to plan events for students on campus. So I get to kind of have a say in what we're doing on campus, what kind of fun activities we get to do, and I get to have a voice in that, which is really fun.
Yeah, I know one of my favorite things was always those Valley Nights where we'd have the movies where it's up on the big screen, you get free popcorn, and I would always go with my roommates, and it was great, and they were new movies, so we had so much fun with that. So, what do you think are some of the benefits of getting involved on campus?
I'd say one of my favorite things about being involved is not only just friends and finding your place, but I realized I got really good time management skills. By having more things on my plate, I actually spent more time filling out a calendar and figuring out like where I should be at what times. Time management was a huge thing. It also really helps build up your resume to show that you're not just a student, but you're an active student, you're involved on campus, and you are doing all of these things to help not only build up your resume in like an academic way, but just show you're socially capable of doing a lot of things in the future.
Yeah, time management is always one of those things that our students say is so important to learn once you come to college, and getting involved in those organizations really helps with that. I know it did for me. So, Andrew, if someone wants to get involved and, whether they're coming into SVSU and they have an idea about what they want to do or they're not sure and they just want to get involved in general, what kind of steps should they take? What should they do? Like, what advice do you have for them?
I'd say step one of getting involved is definitely going to things such as Cards Party, checking out Engage, kind of find a club that you think you might be interested in. I think a big barrier for feeling uncomfortable with joining a organization is that idea that you can't go to something alone. And I guess it's just kind of realizing like SVSU has a very welcoming community, and I think one of the best things about it is just realizing like no matter where you go, people are really welcoming and we'll be able to welcome you in without any questions. Another cool thing about another step to take to join a committee or organization is just walking into student life. Our doors are always open, so it's really cool to have students come in and just say, hey, I want to get involved. I'm not sure where I fit. We just kind of ask you some questions, what kind of things you're interested in, and we're able to kind of point you in the correct direction. Yeah, and asking people around campus, we have a lot of involved students, so just asking on campus, hey, are you involved in anything? Should I join this? More than likely, people are able to help you out with that.
Yeah, I definitely felt that too. And as a freshman, and it can be so intimidating to be going to these clubs and these meetings alone and by yourself at first, but I did that and I was really nervous. But once I got there, I was like, oh my gosh, everyone is so welcoming and so nice. Yeah. And that's how you make friends. That's how I got involved with so many people on campus. And you realize after doing it 1 or 2 times that it's really not scary at all, because that's how you make those friends. And everybody's so nice, and there's lots of games and free food. So it's definitely great. And having student life to just go to. We've got so many great things in there and people willing to help. So, Andrew, do you need to be in a particular major to join some clubs?
Not at all. A really cool thing about joining clubs is if you're an undecided student and you're not sure what you want to major in, there's so many clubs oriented towards degrees that you can join and kind of, I guess, open yourself up to new ideas and new possibilities. So yeah, there's nothing you need to be involved in. You can try out any club, and there's really no requirements for it, which is the cool thing. So you get to have so many experiences without any hassle.
Yeah, it's great because you can get involved in clubs in your major. I did a few of those, and it's super nice because it applies to a lot of your classes. Or you can do it to figure out if it's something you might like. I know one of my friends is considering becoming a lawyer. She's not sure, but she joined the law club because she wanted to learn more and kind of dip her toe in the water, and she's loving it. But she's not a pre-law major or anything like that. So it's definitely great that you can get that experience too to see if it's something you really want to do. So, Andrew, how would you describe the campus life here at SVSU?
I'd say welcoming. I was really nervous to come to college. I was one of those people who always kind of kept to myself and wasn't really extroverted, I guess would be the word. But coming to campus, I realized how open everybody is. I made easily at least 3 or 4 friends within my first day on campus just by walking around the hallways and seeing everybody's open doors and complimenting. I actually made my best friend by complimenting her table in her living center because I was walking by, and we ended up kind of hanging out one night after trying to find our place on campus, and then she became one of my best friends. So definitely welcoming is the key word I would use for that. Welcoming and friendly for sure.
Yeah, I really felt like it was such a community, and especially in that first year, it was, in those first few weeks, an open door policy where that was what we did on our floors. Everybody kept their door open, and you made friends by just kind of popping your head in and being like, hey, what are you guys doing? So it was great, and that is definitely a good way to make friends and get involved. And what are some of the kind of big events on campus that you enjoy, like Battle of the Valleys, Homecoming? Can you talk about a few of those, some of our traditions that we have here?
My favorite thing that we do is actually for Battle of Valleys. To raise money, we bring in a really beat-up car, and we take a sledgehammer to it, and we beat this car, and it shatters everywhere. And it's actually really cool because it kind of helps get frustration out for sure, but it's really cool to see how much everybody enjoys it, I guess. And you can see it's out in the courtyard and everything, so everybody sees it, and everybody sees you getting involved. I would say I definitely prefer Battle of Valleys because I like that kind of competition it has underlying. And I also really like how at the end of the week we're able to see how much money we raise for Battle of the Valleys. And that kind of shows how much of a community we are and how much we can do when we all kind of band together.
Yeah, Battle of the Valleys has always been one of my favorite weeks, especially since we're battling for the Victoria Trophy, but we're doing it with a lot of charity and a lot of heart, and it's so great to see. And yes, the car smash is a great way to get out some of that aggression and energy. It's awesome. It is so much fun. So now you're a second-year student, and your first year when you came in, everything was kind of normal, and then obviously we hit a pandemic midway through, and we have now been in that for this year. How have the organizations that you have been involved with and student life been able to stay active and engaged throughout all of this?
It's definitely been a little bit of a struggle at first. It was kind of a learning curve. I think we all kind of experienced that no matter what we were involved in. But very quickly we kind of acclimated and transferred online. We did a lot of virtual programs. I know personally we did some drag queen bingo for Valley Nights, which was really fun. It was super engaging and kind of crazy and hectic. It was a really good time. And then now that we're kind of making more progress towards seeing a less pandemic-fueled world, we're kind of able to start going to in-person meetings now. We'll go in person and we'll all hang out, and it's really good to see people and actually be physically with people in person. And I'm hoping it's going to keep continuing to get better. We've been able to do grab-and-go bags for a lot of our events. So just last week we did a macrame plant hanging event where we had string, little pots, and these really cute little 2-inch plants that people got to all grab. And then you take the bag with you, you go home with your roommates, and you get to craft whatever we kind of put together. And it's a really good bonding experience for sure.
Yeah, it has been so great to see how all the different clubs have just rolled with the punches and adapt and found all these cool new ways to still help students stay involved and hold these events, as normal as possible that we can do, safely. And yeah, as we've gone throughout the school year, it's just gotten better and better. And now with more in-person opportunities, it just keeps going up, which is great. So another question for you, Andrew, is do you have any tips for commuter students? Like, is it possible for them to get involved in these organizations when they don't live on campus?
Oh, definitely. I actually have some really close friends that are commuter students, and we met in our club because that was how they wanted to get involved in campus. I would say I recommend even stronger to commuter students to get involved in clubs, because that's your way of kind of becoming a part of the community and being on campus and enjoying everything we have to offer here. It's definitely a good way. It's a good kind of filler, too, for at nights when you're kind of like going back to your apartment or your house and you're just kind of like sitting there like, oh, I wish I had like some stuff to do. Having these organizations and clubs is super helpful because they give you that kind of extra activity to do at night. I'd also say it kind of helps you find your community, and you get to build your own friendships and communities outside of class, which is always really fun because you don't want everything in college to be all professional and strict. You kind of want to be able to have some fun on the side as well.
Yeah, that overall campus experience, whether you live on campus or you're a commuter, is still so important. You learn so much and you grow in so many ways, and it's just so fun. So whether you live on campus or you're a commuter, our organizations are really inclusive and flexible and want to help you be involved as much as possible. And for commuter students, I would highly recommend getting involved in organizations because it's a great way then to get super connected on campus. And so we were talking about Battle of the Valleys a little bit before. Can you kind of describe like who the competitors are, how that competition works, a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we actually kind of make it into a whole RSO competition. We have RSOs kind of compete against each other, and kind of it's to kind of make this competitiveness to raise even more money than the people around you, which is really cool. So then we have. I don't even really know how to explain it. It's such a cool experience because you have two completely different organizations working together to kind of achieve this really common goal. And then, we all kind of pit against Grand Valley, obviously, at the end of the day because we are the better valley. And that's kind of our, one goal and, I guess, shared feature.
Yeah, it's great because you get this kind of internal competition on campus between all of the different clubs kind of competing against each other. But then, yes, historically it has always been the Battle of the Valleys with the Cardinals versus the Lakers. And whether or not, there's still so much competition and so many fun things to do. So it's an electric feel on campus, which is great. So, Andrew, I know you mentioned too an RSO. Can you explain what that is to someone who might not know what that term is?
Yeah, RSOs are registered student organizations. It's really just a big fancy word for a club. And then you can actually put together your own RSO. All you need is a couple people and an advisor, and then you get to hop into student life, fill out a form, and you can put together a club about anything. I actually know there was a pie club historically for quite a few years, and then someone was like, yeah, I'm not a fan of pie. I like cake better. So they went and created their own cake club. So it's really easy to create one. It's really easy to get involved in them. But yeah, RSO is just a fancy word for a club at the end of the day.
Yep, those those registered student organizations are those clubs, and they are so amazing to get involved with, and we have over 200 of them on our campus, and still counting, because there's always people creating new ones when they come up with a great idea, which is so fun. So at SVSU, obviously, we love Red Pride and some of our traditions, and one of those, which you saw in the video, is the Spirit Rock. Can you kind of explain what that is and the whole tradition behind that?
Yeah, so the Spirit Rock is located right outside of our first year suites, MJB, and right outside kind of like our marketplace. It's very central to SVSU. It's right in the center of everything, and it's this big old rock that RSOs and a bunch of different clubs, organizations, and stuff get to go paint to advertise, to kind of just promote whatever they have going on and kind of show their school pride, whatever they're prideful in. So we have a lot of fraternities and sororities that will go decorate it for Rush Week, just to show that like they're excited for it and they want it to be upbeat, and they want to kind of, it's kind of like a really natural billboard at the end of the day. It's really cool to walk by every day and see it's painted something new.
Yeah, I love seeing the Spirit Rock and having it change all the time, and there's so many layers of paint on it that if you go up to it, it like feels hollow because that's how thick it's gotten. So it's very cool and a very fun tradition to be part of. So we've been talking a lot about these kind of social RSOs and all the fun things we do, but are these RSOs all about fun, or are there some academic focused organizations too?
Yeah, we have quite a few academic like associations, clubs, and such. They're really helpful for study buddies, for sure. I actually know my boss specifically, he always brings up that he wants everybody to get involved in 2 clubs, one for your own enjoyment, one for something kind of just relax at the end of the day. And then he kind of recommends getting involved in something pertaining to your major or a possible major if you're undecided, because it'll help you so much in the future for when you get into those core classes when you're in your upper level years. For example, if you're an accounting major, we have the Accounting Society. You can go to them and you can buy books from some of the upperclassmen. If you need them for your classes, you can go to them and ask like, hey, which professor do you recommend, which do you not recommend? And it's good for creating those study groups as well. You can kind of find people who has similar classes or has taken classes before you and such.
Yeah, it's great because there's such a wide variety of organizations on campus. I know for me, I was involved in some that were all about my majors. I was a business for undergrad, and I was in the finance club and economics club and things like that. Then there's leadership organizations. There's ones about community service. There's ones that are just about fun and social. And so there's so many different things, and having that well-rounded kind of experience and getting to do all those is so great, because you can pick and choose what works best for you and your schedule and what you're interested in. And it's great because whether you want it to be academic focused, socially focused, whichever, there's so many options for you. And so, Andrew, we've been talking a lot about these kind of specific RSOs, which we have a ton of. But outside of that, like let's say if you're not involved in a specific club, or even if you are, can you talk about some of the general programming we have, like craft nights, movie nights, etc., that just our campus and student life puts on in general, not even for a specific club?
Yeah, we do all sorts of things. Like we have, like you said, our movie nights, which are really, really big and really fun. That's actually where I met a lot of my friends. You just kind of go to this one general area and everybody files in. We have like the popcorn and stuff going on, and we jump in and we all get to go to these big like general events that everybody already enjoys off campus. It's just kind of brought to campus. So it's nice to not have to leave, especially because, I don't know, I don't like to have to find parking, so not leaving is really beneficial for that. Yeah, and then we have, so that's like the Valley Nights movies is one of the things that we do. And then we have Program Board, which does Pinterest nights, which is really cool that we do. They've done all sorts of things. They do painting, like Bob Ross kind of thing. They've done, well, let me think. What are some of my favorites? I know they have a pot painting one coming up that I'm really, really, really excited for, as somebody who has a lot of plants myself. And then they've done things such as blanket making, which is really cool. Like I had one of those hand-knitted, like chunky blankets. They've done those before. They have a really wide variety, so it's all really cool to just be able to get together with some friends, no pressure, and come to these one events and get some free stuff and hang out and enjoy yourself for sure.
Yeah, it's so fun. Me and my roommates always loved program board, and I'm pretty sure I have one of those handmade blankets too. And it's really nice because each week in your email, you'll get something from Student Life that's like, hey, here's all the events that are going on campus this week. It doesn't matter if you're involved in that club or not. It might be an event that that club is putting on, but you can go to. But there's all these events, and you can see kind of what's the weekly schedule of things going on. So maybe you want to go to a video game night or a game night or different things. Your RAs, if you're living on campus, will often put things on their own and let you know. So there's always so many events going on campus, which is awesome. So keeping up with your email and social media, we have so many things posted on Instagram and stuff too. So there's always fun things to do when you're looking for them. So Andrew, you talked about how you kind of went to some of these clubs at first and you realized that, maybe those weren't the ones for you. So if someone joins a club, but they realize it's not for them, they don't really feel like they want to stay, what do they do?
Because our college has this very nice low commitment policy thing, it's not any pressure if you join something. People understand that, hey, I joined this thinking I'd be into it, and then you just kind of didn't vibe with it very well. You really, for most clubs, it's kind of just don't go, and people don't get hurt. People just understand, honestly. We do understand that college comes first, school comes first for sure. So if you get overwhelmed, you can email whoever your head advisor is and just let them know, hey, I won't be at this meeting tonight, things are getting a little crazy, or email them and be like, hey, I have way too much going on, I just think I need to drop this first semester, I need to drop it all together. And people are never angry and people are never upset, because at the end of the day, you still have those friendships that you made in that club and organization, and you see them around campus all the time. So, if you kind of join a club and you realize, hey, this actually isn't for me, I'm not really feeling this one, you can drop it with no pressure, and nothing will kind of affect you in the long run.
Yeah, it's so nice because everybody in those clubs really just wants it to be a good experience for you and wants the best for you, and it's accessible and flexible to the point where I know if I was in a semester and it's like, hey, I got really busy with school and I need to back off on some of these for a little bit, totally fine. If you want to, if you're the opposite and you want to get a leadership position, they can, help you do that. However much involvement you want to have, you can do, which is so great, and with our flexible schedule. So it's very nice. So one other fun thing that I've always loved coming onto campus is Welcome Week, which is a great way to see how to get involved on campus, especially for first-year students. So, Andrew, can you kind of describe what Welcome Week is and how that works?
Yeah, Welcome Week is when we put on all of our favorite and best big events. It's really just kind of a celebration week. We get really excited to have students back on campus, and we're all excited to be back after being home all summer. It's so fun to come back and have all of these events that we put on to not only entertain, but kind of just show hey, we're back at school, get people pumped and excited to be back at school. So some things we've put on in the past, I know we've done bounce houses and those big hamster balls we've had out before to go run around and mess around in those. There's sometimes a bonfire we do. It's all a lot of fun. We just put on all these big fun events to kind of go to, and it's a really good time for especially freshmen who are coming into a campus environment without very many people they know, or they're living with new roommates. It's a really good time to spend with your roommates to get to know them. You go out and you go, we'll have people hammocking around campus that you can go hammock with them, or you can go to an event that we have going on that week. We're showing a really big outdoor movie we've done before, which is really cool. But yeah, there's all these opportunities to get involved and meet new people during that first week so that you kind of find your community for sure.
Yeah, it's so nice to have so many events going on and you get to just meet people, explore campus, get used to your new environment, and it makes for so much fun and just red pride right before you start classes. You can go walk around, find your classes, you get some orientation things. It's great, and it's a great way to kind of kickstart getting involved. And so, Andrew, what is some of your best advice for freshmen coming in who they just want to make the most out of their college experience and their campus experience, but maybe they're not exactly sure how to go about doing that?
I definitely say get involved in something. Find a couple things to get involved in. You will realize that getting involved it grows into this big flower, I guess, of sorts. Like, I kind of started out really unsure of what I wanted to do. I joined all these organizations, was just kind of like a bottom tier, kind of like hang out, go in when I can kind of thing. It was really chill. And then I grew into this person that kind of gained all of these different leadership opportunities and all these opportunities to do these really cool things, such as I found some jobs, I found some volunteer activities that were really fun, and I got all of these from joining organizations because it's kind of like a networking sort of thing where I was able to meet all these different people, talk to them about things I'm interested in, and then they could refer me somewhere, or they refer me to people, put my name in things. So it's a really good way to expand your horizons for sure. So I definitely recommend as a second year, as someone who works with freshmen very often, I would say getting involved is definitely one of the most important things about college.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the biggest things that helped me too when I was coming in. And it made my college experience not only more fun, but even more valuable, because I learned so many things, not only in the classroom, but outside of it, about myself, about what I wanted to do, about what I was passionate about. And getting involved on campus was really an amazing way to do that. And I have so many good memories from it too. Well, thank you, Andrew, and thank you, everyone watching. This is the last of our Winter Freshman 101 kind of experience sessions that we've been doing here. And thank you so much to everyone who's attended, one or maybe even all 4 of these sessions that we've been doing. So we hope to continue with some other ones in the future, and hopefully, as things get better, even some in-person events. And we are open on campus for in-person tours. So if you haven't seen our campus before or you want to see it again, we are here and in person, and we are so excited to have you come see. We also have some student showcases coming up in person and lots of great events, which is definitely a great way to get involved with campus and see what we have here at SVSU. And many of you, I see, have registered for orientation, which is awesome. SOAR is incredible, and it will be a great day and a great way to get kick-started here at SVSU. So if you haven't, be sure to register for orientation as soon as you can to get your time slot. And share these live experiences with your friends or anybody else who you think might want to be a Cardinal. And thank you so much for being with us tonight, and we hope we were able to answer your questions. So go Cards!